In the desolate expanse of the desert, amidst the shifting sands and relentless sun, a figure emerges, resplendent in glory. It is Al-Mahdi, the guided one, heralded by the whispers of prophecy and the hopes of the faithful. As he rides forth on his noble steed, the hearts of his followers swell with reverence and awe, for they know that in his presence lies the promise of salvation and victory. United in purpose and unwavering in resolve, they gather around him, ready to march boldly into the fray. For in the tumult of the last days, it is Al-Mahdi who shall lead them to triumph, his banner unfurled against the gathering storm of darkness and despair. In the last days, Muslims will reach the peak of their military power. They will stand united, ready to face the challenges that lie ahead.
My dear brothers and sisters, believers in the promise of Allah, I stand before you today not as a leader but as a servant of the Most High. Together we have embarked on a journey of faith and resilience. Guided by the light of truth and righteousness, we have faced trials and tribulations, challenges that tested our resolve and shook our foundations. But through it all, we remain steadfast in our belief, unwavering in our commitment to the path of righteousness. And now, my beloved brothers and sisters, we stand on the brink of victory. Victory not just in battle, but victory of the spirit, victory of the soul. For Allah has promised us success, and His promises are true. Let us not falter now, my dear brothers and sisters. Let us not waver in the face of adversity, for we are warriors of faith, champions of truth. With Allah's guidance, we shall overcome every obstacle and emerge victorious, shining like beacons of light in the darkness.
As foretold in the ancient prophecies, the world descends into darkness in the years preceding Dajjal's appearance. The skies withheld their mercy, and the earth cries out in anguish. In the first year, rainfall dwindled by 1/3, a harbinger of the trials to come. Grain production faltered, and the people faced the harsh reality of scarcity. In the second year, the heavens withheld their bounty even further, with rains reduced by 2/3. Desperation grips the land as grain stores dwindled and hunger loomed large. By the third year, not a drop of rain graced the parched earth. The once fertile lands lay barren, devoid of life and sustenance. The beasts and cattle, once the pride of the land, succumbed to the merciless grip of famine and drought, their carcasses scattered as grim reminders of nature's wrath. And those who lacked faith in him found themselves destitute, their livelihoods destroyed, and their hopes shattered in the wake of the relentless drought. Yet amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope emerged, a promise of salvation for those who held steadfast in their belief. For the awaited one was near, heralding a new dawn of hope and renewal. In the desolate places where Dajjal roams, he will command the land to yield its treasures, deceiving the people with false miracles and illusions. As he traverses the wastelands, Dajjal conjures forth bounties from the earth, enticing the desperate with promises of abundance and prosperity. Fruits will grow where none should, rain will fall where none is forecasted, and the people will be ensnared by his deceit. To the Bedouin he encounters, Dajjal poses a question veiled in deception.
If I bring your dead camels back to life, will you have faith in me?
The Bedouin, unaware of the devil's trickery, eagerly agrees, falling prey to Dajjal's spells.
Of course I will, for only you know how much we have struggled in these years if you are true to your word. Only God would be capable of such miracles. If I see you bring them back to life, surely I will fall in prostration to you.
Bound by illusion, the Bedouin believes the devils to be his resurrected camels, misled by Dajjal's deceit into worshiping him as a god. In a similar fashion, Dajjal approaches another, offering to bring back their deceased loved ones in exchange for faith.
If I bring your father and brother back to life, will you claim me to be your lord?
Yes, If you were to bring back my father and brother, I would indeed be inclined to believe you are my lord. Such a feat would defy all logic and reason, and I would have no choice but to accept your divine authority. Forgive my skepticism, but such a miracle would be undeniable proof of your power over life and death. I would bow before you in awe and reverence, acknowledging your supremacy over all creation.
And once again, devils take on the guise of the departed, leading the unsuspecting astray. In this way, Dajjal preys upon the vulnerabilities of humanity, weaving a web of deception to ensnare the unwary. But amidst the chaos and confusion, there are those who remain steadfast in their faith, untouched by Dajjal's deceit. For the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, warned that when Dajjal appears, the righteous must flee from his presence, seeking refuge in the protection of Allah. And so, in the face of darkness, the light of faith shall prevail, guiding Allah's chosen people to safety and salvation. As the sun sets behind the walls of the third temple, a charismatic figure emerges onto a raised platform, commanding the attention of his 70,000 followers gathered below. His presence exudes an aura of power and authority, drawing the masses with his deceptive charm and promises of paradise. With honeyed words, he weaves tales of grandeur and glory, enticing his followers with visions of wealth and dominion.
My loyal followers, children of the chosen people, rejoice, for we stand on the cusp of a glorious victory, a triumph that shall echo throughout the annals of history. Behold the miracles that I, your chosen leader, have wrought in your name. I have shown you visions of heaven and hell, revealing the divine truth that only I possess. I have brought the dead back to life, proving my dominion over life and death itself. I have commanded the weather to bend to my will, demonstrating my power over the elements. I proclaim unto you, my faithful followers, that I am God himself, the one true deity worthy of your worship and devotion. It is I who shall lead you to glory, to a new era of prosperity and greatness. Let the world tremble before us, for we are the chosen people, destined for greatness under my divine leadership. Submit yourselves only to me, and together we shall conquer all who dare to oppose us.
But beneath the veneer of his deceitful promises lies a darker truth, a path paved with manipulation and treachery. As the crowd hangs on to his every word, unaware of the darkness lurking behind his facade, the stage is set for him, the great deceiver, and the beginning of a journey into the depths of deception and despair. As Dajjal advances towards Medina, he encounters an insurmountable barrier, unable to breach the sacred city's defenses. Encamped behind the mighty mountain of Uhud, his malevolent presence looms ominously over the horizon, casting a shadow of fear and uncertainty. But Dajjal's ambitions know no bounds as he turns his sights towards Syria, a land steeped in history and spirituality. Unbeknownst to him, Imam Mahdi, the Guided One, is engaged in a holy war with Christians at the front of Constantinople, safeguarding the faith against external threats. Upon hearing of Dajjal's emergence, Imam Mahdi swiftly returns to Syria, rallying his troops for the impending battle against the great deceiver. Amidst the pre-dawn hours, as the faithful gather for the Fajr prayer, a divine intervention unfolds. In a moment of profound significance, Hazrat Isa, Jesus, descends from the heavens, radiating an aura of divine grace and authority. Imam Mahdi, recognizing the sacredness of the occasion, invites Hazrat Isa to lead the congregation in prayer, a gesture of humility and reverence.
Prophet Isa, it is an honor and a blessing to have you among us. The dawn approaches, and the time for Fajr prayer is near. Would you lead us in prayer, guiding us in worship to Allah, the Most Merciful? Your presence strengthens our faith and unites us in this sacred moment.
As the congregation awaits with a gentle smile and profound respect, Prophet Isa kindly declines.
Peace be upon you, Imam Mahdi, leader of the faithful. May Allah's blessings be upon you and the followers. It would be my honor, but today you will lead the chosen people. Let us bow our heads and hearts in prayer to the Almighty King Allah, seeking guidance and strength from the Most Merciful.
In quiet reverence, the Muslims began to form a line, their hearts united in faith and purpose. As the sun's first light touched the horizon, they stood shoulder to shoulder, preparing to be led in prayer by Imam Mahdi. The atmosphere was filled with a profound sense of devotion and unity, each individual ready to follow in the path of righteousness. Imam Mahdi stood at the front, a beacon of guidance and hope, leading the faithful in their worship. As the Fajr prayer concludes, a serene hush falls over the assembly. Prophet Isa, cloaked in divine grace, turns to the gathered righteous people, his voice carrying a divine message from Allah. He speaks of faith, of perseverance, and of the unwavering mercy of the Most High. His words a beacon of hope, a call to steadfastness in the face of trials, and a reminder that the path of righteousness leads to eternal peace. The Muslims listen with hearts full of reverence, inspired by the divine wisdom that flow from the Prophet's lips.
My beloved brothers and sisters, hear me now as I bring you tidings of hope and salvation. It is with the utmost humility and gratitude that I stand before you, a messenger of Allah's mercy and guidance. In the name of Allah, the Most Merciful, the Most Compassionate, I come to you with a message of unity and enlightenment. It is written that the people who are not of the book, the Quran, shall revert to Islam, embracing the true path of righteousness and submission to the will of Allah. With the guidance of Allah, wealth shall flow abundantly to those who walk in the light of faith. But remember, my dear brothers and sisters, that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the richness of the soul and the purity of the heart. And as we journey forth on the path of righteousness, let us break the chains of oppression and ignorance that bind us. Let us break the crucifix cross, symbolizing our liberation from falsehood and our embrace of truth.
With a decisive and powerful gesture, Prophet Isa breaks the cross in two, symbolizing the end of an era of misunderstanding. The Christians watched in awe, their hearts and minds opening to the revelation of Allah's true message. In this act, unity was born. The followers of Prophet Isa and the Muslims stood together as one, their numbers growing, their faith unshaken. Together they prepared to face the trials ahead, stronger and more united than ever before. Despite the heartfelt and clear message from Prophet Isa, some Christians remained confused. Their beliefs, deeply ingrained over centuries, prompted them to seek further clarity. Questions filled the air as they sought to understand the truth he conveyed. Their confusion lingered, but their desire for understanding showed their willingness to listen and learn.
O Jesus, it is an honor to be here in your presence, and even though you have explained to us the truth, I still have questions if you permit me, my Lord.
Lord, who are you calling Lord?
You, my King, all this time we have believed you to be God himself as mentioned in the very scriptures conveyed by you.
O people of understanding, please know I never claim to be God. There is only one God, and that is Allah, for He is truly the King of Kings. I am but a servant just like yourselves.
But if you are not God, then are you not the Son of God?
Do orphans not address carers as the parents? I was born without a father through the miracles of Allah. My mother Miriam, may Allah be pleased with her, gave birth to me through divine intervention. Allah, through His mercy, then guided us as a father would. Therefore, I addressed him in this manner.
Did you not perform miracles mentioned in our scriptures?
Indeed, it is true. But remember, nothing is possible without the permission of Allah, and through Him were the miracles possible.
But our ancestors saw you being crucified on the cross.
O servants of Allah, the person they saw being crucified was but a man in my image and not me. I was raised long before reaching the cross through Allah's mercy, in order for me to return today and save mankind from Dajjal's deception. So again, my people, I ask you to come back to Islam and prostrate yourselves to the one true God, the Most High and the Most Merciful. For it is written that I have been sent down by Allah to destroy the Dajjal, the deceiver who seeks to lead mankind astray. With Allah's guidance, we shall vanquish the forces of darkness and usher in an era of peace and prosperity for the chosen people, the Muslims.
After hearing the truth, the confused Christians then denounced their previous beliefs and accepted Islam with purity of the hearts, devoting themselves solely to Allah. The moment had come as Hazrat Isa prepares to confront Dajjal, the embodiment of falsehood and deception, making his way to fulfill the promise of Allah. Dajjal recoils in fear at the sight of Hazrat Isa's righteous presence. He attempts to flee, but his fate is sealed.
Isa, you may have returned, but your words hold no power over me. I am the master of this world, and the people follow me willingly. They see my power and know that I am their Lord.
Your reign of deceit and tyranny ends today. Your lies have misled countless souls, but now the truth shall prevail. The time has come for you to face the judgment of Allah, the one true King of Kings, the most merciful and beloved.
You speak of Allah, yet where is He now? It is I who stands before you with unmatched power. Can you not see that you are too late, Isa?
You are nothing but a deceiver, preying on the weak and the desperate. Your falsehoods have no place here. It is your own arrogance that will be your downfall. Only Allah is worthy of worship, and He is the Most High.
Your words are empty, Isa. My followers will never abandon me for a God they cannot see.
You are blind to the truth, Dajjal. Your power is but an illusion, and your time is over. Allah's light will pierce through your darkness. I am here to bring an end to your deception and restore faith to those who have been led astray.
We shall see who falls today, Isa. I have prepared for this moment, and I will not go down easily.
They will see the truth when you fall, Dajjal. Allah's justice is inevitable. Today, you will face the consequences of your lies, and the world will witness the power and mercy of Allah. Prepare yourself, Dajjal. This is your final hour. May Allah's will be done.
At the gates of Babi Lud, Hazrat Isa confronts Dajjal, wielding the sword of truth against the forces of darkness. In a climactic showdown, Dajjal meets his demise at the hands of Hazrat Isa, crumbling like lead before the might of divine justice. The forces of darkness that had plagued the world were vanquished. The victory was clear, and the light of truth had triumphed over the shadows of deceit. Prophet Isa, with the weight of his mission now lifted, returned to his people. His white cloak billowed in the wind as he walked, a symbol of hope and deliverance. He gathered the Muslims and the newly converted Christians, who now stood united in faith.
As the sun sets on the horizon of battle, know that the forces of darkness have been vanquished, and the light of truth shines bright once more. The tyranny of Dajjal has been ended, his deception no match for the unwavering resolve of the faithful. In this moment of victory, let us rejoice in the triumph of righteousness and the promise of peace that lies ahead. But let not complacency cloud our vision, for the road ahead is fraught with challenges yet to come. Though the menace of Dajjal has been quelled, we must remain vigilant against the lurking shadows of Gog and Magog, whose arrival looms on the horizon. Stay steadfast in your faith, my brothers and sisters, and let the remembrance of Allah be your guiding light through the darkness that may come. In this time of respite, let us not forget the teachings of Islam that have guided us thus far. Let charity be our shield against adversity, and generosity our weapon against despair. As we celebrate this victory, let us also extend a hand of compassion to those in need, for it is in giving that we receive the greatest blessings of all. So, my beloved followers, stand tall in the knowledge that Allah's mercy is upon us, and let the spirit of unity and faith guide us through the trials that lie ahead. Together, we shall overcome, and together, we shall emerge stronger than ever before. For in the heart of every believer lies the strength to conquer any obstacle and the hope to build a brighter future for generations to come. Allah be praised, now and forevermore.
The crowd erupted in joyous praise, their hearts filled with gratitude and faith. The unity of the believers marked the dawn of a new era, one of harmony and divine guidance. The world, now free from Dajjal's deceit, stood ready to embrace the path of righteousness under the leadership of Prophet Isa. As the passage of time unfolds, 40 years after the arrival of Prophet Isa, ominous signs begin to manifest on the horizon. Dark clouds gather, casting a shadow of foreboding over the land, heralding the arrival of hordes of barbaric tribes, Gog and Magog. Breaking free from their long confinement, these tribes emerge with a ferocity unmatched, unleashing havoc and chaos upon the earth. With relentless fury, they rampage across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of devastation and despair. Their arrival marks a grim portent of the end times, a precursor to the cataclysmic events yet to unfold. Their path of destruction knows no bounds as they advance southward. Their destination fixed upon the sacred land of Israel. Along the way, they heedlessly consume the waters of mighty rivers such as the Tigris and Euphrates, or the serene expanse of the Sea of Galilee, leaving parched earth and desolation in their wake. A divine command echoes through the heavens, directing Prophet Isa to seek refuge in the mountains with his devoted followers.
O Isa, son of Mary, heed my command, and take refuge in the mountains with your followers. Therein lies your sanctuary from the impending destruction that shall befall the earth.
With unwavering faith and trust in Allah's guidance, they heed the call and retreat to the safety of the rugged terrain, a sanctuary amidst the turmoil below. As they take shelter in the shadow of the mountains, the skies darken and the heavens open, releasing torrents of rain upon the land. But this is no ordinary rainfall. With each drop that falls, a multitude of worms descends like a plague, devouring everything in their path. The relentless horde of worms rains down upon Gog and Magog, consuming them with swift and merciless efficiency. In the face of this divine intervention, Gog and Magog, the epitome of tyranny and oppression, are brought to their knees, their reign of terror brought to a sudden and definitive end. As the last vestiges of their destructive presence are erased from the earth, Prophet Isa and his followers emerge from their mountain refuge, witnesses to the triumph of righteousness over evil and the fulfillment of Allah's will. As the dust settles and the echoes of Gog and Magog's destruction fade into the distance, a thick haze descends upon the earth, a silent shroud that blankets everything in its path. In its wake, the disbelievers find themselves spared from its wrath, shielded by their denial from the tumultuous aftermath that unfolds. Yet for the believers, the haze holds a different fate. Enveloped by its suffocating embrace, they find themselves engulfed in its relentless grip. As the dense black smoke engulfed the Bedouins in the desert, it became clear that this was no ordinary event. The smoke, thick and suffocating, began to spread beyond the boundaries of the Middle East. Carried by the winds, it traveled across continents, darkening skies and altering weather patterns. In distant lands, the smoke cast an eerie pall over cities and countrysides alike, plunging them into an unnatural twilight. The sun, once bright and life-giving, was now a faint, obscured disk in the sky. Temperatures plummeted, and the world felt the chill of the encroaching darkness.
What is going on with the sky? What is happening?
The oceans, too, were not spared. The smoke settled upon the waters, disrupting marine life and creating turmoil in the waves. Coastal regions experienced unprecedented tides and unpredictable storms, bringing chaos to the shores. What began as a local catastrophe had now grown into a global crisis. The world was shrouded in darkness, and the hope of light seemed distant. The smoke's malevolent presence was a harbinger of the trials yet to come, a reminder that no place on earth was safe from its reach. As the believers depart from this world, their passage marked by the somber toll of lamentations and prayers, the earth bears witness to their departure with a heavy heart, their souls drawn inexorably towards the realm of the divine. In the haze's ethereal veil, they transcend the mortal realm, their earthly existence transformed into a fleeting memory as they ascend to meet their Creator. Left in the wake of the believer's ascension, the disbelieving masses find themselves adrift amidst a world shrouded in darkness. With the departure of the faithful, they are left to wander aimlessly, their hearts hardened by disbelief and their souls consumed by sin. As the chaos and destruction reach their zenith, a profound and unprecedented event unfolds before the eyes of humanity. The sun, once a steadfast symbol of warmth and light, defies the natural order by rising from the west. It is a moment that shakes the very foundation of existence, a portent of divine decree that sends shockwaves across the world. In the wake of this extraordinary phenomenon, Allah's mercy, which has long been extended to mankind, is withdrawn. The window of opportunity for repentance and redemption closes, leaving humanity to face the consequences of their actions without recourse. The sun's reversal in its course signals the finality of judgment, a solemn reminder of the immutable nature of divine decree. For those who have turned a blind eye to the truth, it is a stark realization of their fate, a realization that comes too late. In this pivotal moment, the cosmic order is irrevocably altered, signaling the beginning of the end. The sun rises from the west, a harbinger of divine justice, and a reminder of the consequences of heedlessness and disobedience. As the trumpet blast echoes through the heavens, piercing the tumultuous air with its resounding call. Chaos and destruction engulf the world. The celestial symphony of this trumpet heralds the arrival of the day of resurrection, an epical moment that transcends time and space. With a deafening roar, the skies split asunder, revealing the magnitude of divine power that governs the universe. The earth trembles beneath the weight of eternity, trembling in anticipation of the impending judgment. In the darkness of these last days, humanity witnesses the inexorable march toward its ultimate destiny. The cosmic forces align, converging upon a singular moment that will reshape the fabric of existence. As the final hour approaches, the world as we know it draws to a close, the culmination of a journey that spans the annals of time. Yet in this moment of reckoning, let us not despair, for the end is but a prelude to a new beginning. For in the divine plan, the journey of the soul extends beyond the confines of mortal existence, guided by the merciful hand of Allah. As we stand on the precipice of eternity, let us take solace in the knowledge that our ultimate destination lies in His divine grace, and that only He knows what lies beyond the veil of the unknown.